Morrisville Mayor campaign. Woo! We are so glad y'all are here with us tonight to kick off this campaign and to launch what needs to be a really exciting movement for our community. The first thing, we have some folks who are going to speak to us tonight about what it takes to really lead in this way. But first, we are going to hear from Mrs. Sharoj Sharma, who has a couple of words for us. She's the co-founder of HSNC. She's over 90, but she doesn't look a day over 39. And she has been a pillar of this community for a very long time. We are honored to have her with us today.
Good evening, everybody. We are going to just prayer. God help us and everything work out smoothly. And we all work with Him together, and that He can be successful. That's our goal here. That's why we are all here. So, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Guruve Namah Guruve. So always Guru guide us. So we have our Guru, all God. So He can guide it nicely to us or for Him. So we can work it out nicely, everything. So God help you and God bless you, and we are all praying for you. Have a successful for this.
Thank you so much. All right, folks, we are going to get started with our program this evening. The first person we have is, oh my God, y'all. This is, when you do this, okay, here we go. Subhash Kumar, who is the chair of NC Impact.
Thank you, guys. Hi, everyone. It's great to see everyone. I'm Satish Kumar. I know most of you. I'm the chairman of North Carolina Indian American PAC. And if I may, I want to recognize my board members. Would you please all stand up? Shekhar, Bhaskar, everyone, please stand up. Please stand up. Pawan, where's Pawan? Bharat, where is Bharat? I think some of them are outside. Anyhow, they are the backbone of the PAC. And so, thank you all. So PAC is a bipartisan PAC. We have talked about this before, so I'm not going to dwell too much into it. We started in 2008. And the name of the person we started supporting, one of the first people we started supporting and continue to support till today, his name is Josh Stein. Okay? And we're so proud to have him. He's going to be one of the best, I think, governors of North Carolina. I was honored, and Satish here, Satish and I were honored to be on his transition team. And we are proud that we were a part of finding one of the best DHS secretaries in this country, okay? Dr. Dev Singhavai. He is an MD, a MBA, and a JD. Okay, you cannot find a better qualified person in this country for this position, okay? And so we're very proud of that. And Satish was on the IT committee, and they found one of the best IT secretaries as well. Dr. Sanghavi actually made another history in North Carolina. He is one of the first Indian Americans, not only Indian American, but a Pan-Asian American secretary, cabinet secretary, period, in the history of North Carolina. And the PAC was proud to be part of finding him. So, yes, let's do that. History, through history, yeah. And we were, in the last cycle, we were also proud to support Attorney General Jeff Jackson, Lieutenant Governor Rachel Hunt, Justice Riggs, and among many others. And I'm proud to say that they're going to be very they will serve with distinction. Also, we are always proud of our own stars. Jay Chaudhary, Satish Garamela, Steve Rao, Sarika Bansal, and now we have a new star who I don't think could be here, Mona Singh, and she's running for county commissioner. So we're very proud of her. We are going to support her. I think she's going to do very well. Let's see what else I want to say. So turning over to the star of the night. Okay, so this man represents everything that the PAC stands for and the PAC desires in an elected official. He not only works for, the Indian American community very hard, but he works for the entire community, going from cricket to smart cities and so forth. There are a lot of people we will talk about, a lot of other speakers will speak about his accomplishments, and he's done a fantastic job. He not only serves the city of North Carolina, of city of Morrisville in North Carolina, but really serves the whole area and the whole state very, very well. For example, he's on the WakeMed board. WakeMed serves this entire area very well, one of the best hospitals. He's on the All India or North Carolina Association of Mayors. So they give and take, learn from each other, so serving the state. So many, many capacities he serves. He works to find talent in the Indian American and other communities to serve the state in terms of boards and commissions. He helped, like I said, he helped with the IT secretary on the transition committee. So among many, many roles. And that's why we have supported him from day one. We will continue to support him, and he has our full support. So go Garamela. Okay.
Thank you so much. We are going to move on to sort of the main portion of our program this evening. We are going to hear officials who have some wonderful things. Many people who want to speak tonight. So we are going to keep it to like 90 seconds to 2 minutes per person, if that works for everyone. Just see if politicians are able to do that. It'll be a fun game. So the first person we have is NC's.
Allison, it's not possible to limit your speech to 90 seconds, but we will do so. Good evening, everyone. It's only in Morrisville do you have an event on a Friday night that starts at 7:30. Most political fundraisers are on weekdays, and as I say, when we get together to honor and celebrate Satish Garamela, it feels like a wedding. Sejal, my wife, and I actually got our political start here because this is where we started our election day by shaking voters' hands on primary. But let me just say 3 things about Satish Garamela and why he's an amazing, amazing public servant. So how many people here have actually called Councilmember Garamela to ask him for some kind of help? So, there are so many people, and I know we're going to hear from other elected officials, that one of the first phone calls they make when they need help is to Councilmember Garamela, and that is because he is truly purposeful in what he does and wanting to help people. The second thing when I think about Councilmember Garamela is how passionate he is about the town of Morrisville. He deeply, deeply loves this community. He created his own track record in history by being the first Indian American immigrant to be elected to office, and he continues to have that amazing passion. And then the last thing that I will say about Councilmember Garamela is really the amount of respect that he garners, not only just in Morrisville, but across the state. And you're going to hear from other state legislators. here as well, but Satish is on the board of the North Carolina League of Municipalities. It just had its dinner earlier this week. He is a Friday Fellow. His network, we've heard about his board service, but his network across the state is incredibly extensive. And so I just want to say, Satish, congratulations. This is an amazing moment to be here tonight, right down the street from your home. I know your parents, who are the pride and joy of Morrisville, as well as Dr. and Mrs. Sharma. We congratulate you and good luck with everything. Thank you.
Fantastic, thank you. I am not prepared for class and forgot to check who's coming next. Thank you. So sorry, oh my gosh. Okay. Well, yes. Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you so much. You actually were next on the list.
No, I knew that.
Oh,
I
good.
wasn't like jumping the line.
No, well, either way, this is NC Senator Lisa Grafstein. Thank you.
So, as my friend Senator Gail Adcock and I both will say from time to time, I'll be short, because we are. It's an honor to be here with you tonight. I'm Lisa Grafstein. I represent Senate District 13, which is Southern Wake County. It doesn't include Morrisville, which is, I'm the poorer of four, but I've gotten to know Satish a little bit over the last year or so, and he's been so gracious and kind to be supportive and helpful to me. It's just an honor to be here to support you, Satish. I've never met somebody who, no matter who you talk to in the community, they have nothing but good to say. And that's quite a thing in politics, that people don't have, a little behind the scenes thing that they want to whisper to you. But you're so well loved and so well respected. You see that here tonight in the warmth here. I hope that you take this moment and really absorb it, because the community love behind you is real, and it's going to carry you across the finish line. So congratulations, and good luck to you. Is that too short?
I've got my piece of paper again. Okay, thanks, guys. Next, we're going to hear from Wake County Board of Commissioners Chair Sig Hutchinson.
Good evening, Morrisville. Are you excited to be supporting our next mayor of Morrisville, Satish Caramella? Yeah! We love this. Do you love Satish? You love Satish. So quickly, 2 minutes. Former Wake County Commissioner, 90 seconds. Now I've got 90 seconds, right? Yeah. So I've been a commissioner for eight years, retired. The year is 2015. I'm the chair of the Wake County Commission, right? Now, please understand, in politics, loyalty is everything. So this guy calls me up. He says, I'd like to go to lunch with you. I'm running for the Morrisville Council. I said, okay. He said, my name is Satish Caramella. And I said, well, I'm happy to go to lunch with you, but I'm not supporting you. To the Capital 16 restaurant in downtown Raleigh, and I'm sitting here, and within 90 seconds, I knew I had to support this guy. He was the real deal. There was an authenticity. There was ability to listen. There was ability to comprehend. I love Satish Caramella. And within 90 seconds to 2 minutes, I truly understood we had a true talent. So, I did not support him for the campaign. I did even better. I gave him money. And I can honestly tell you, I don't even know who he was running against. Right?
I think before I reached home, the money was in the bank.
You know we had talent here, right? Three things. Satish Caramella listens rather than talks. Number two, truly the number one issue to be successful in politics is authenticity. With Satish, what you see is what you get. And the third thing is, as Senator Chatterjee said, if you want something done, you go to Satish. 6 months after Satish was elected, he came to me. He said, Sig, in the Hindu religion, it is important to have the remains sent back to India within 24 hours. I said, Wake County, we don't do anything in 24 hours. Sig, this has to be done. It has to be done. Medical director, public health, the health system, we got it done. Morrisville, the cricket pitch. We have any cricket fans here? Did you know the cricket pitch in Morrisville is the best cricket? Do you know what the problem was? You could only play during the day. Lights. Who got the lights for the Morrisville cricket pitch? Satish Garamella. The last thing is when I'm running for office, I needed help in Morrisville. So can you get some folks out to vote in Morrisville in the primary? I swear, I got there at like 5 o'clock, and it looked like the circus was counting the town. There were so many Indian Americans in the parking lot. I said, where did this come from? And Satish goes, authentic, intelligent, understands public policy, understands how to make your life better, understands how to get things done. Please, put your hands together. Welcome our next mayor, my dear friend, Satish Garamella.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, that's my pen. I would next like to welcome Ms. Christine Kushner, who of course served so well on our Wake County School Board and is now running for County Commissioner.
Thank you, Allison. And I'm just so grateful to all of you for coming here to support our friend Satish. You've already heard accolades for him. He is brilliant, he is kind, he's giving and generous. And he was always very open with me about letting me know his impact on the impact of schools on Morrisville, the difficulties in balancing the growth that was happening here and all of Western Wake. So he is a brilliant leader, he's an authentic leader. I couldn't agree more. So I'm honored to be here and to support our friend, and thank you all for being here. And I really want to have a confession though. The only reason I've sustained my relationship with him is for his mother's food and her brilliance. So you know that with a wonderful mother as he has turned out to be this wonderful man. So thank you, Steve. And I did do 90 seconds, Allison, I want to admit. I was 90 seconds.
I really appreciate that. You know, you're a team player, Kushner. All right, the next person we have is Mayor Jody McLeod. Thank you. From Clayton, North Carolina.
Good evening, everybody. Greetings to you from the town of Clayton, that way. I have had the privilege of knowing Satish for several years. Currently, I'm serving as the second vice president for the North Carolina League of Municipalities. So to our General Assembly folks, thank you for the good work you do for us too. Satish is a real leader. And I know, because I've been the mayor of Clayton since 2003. That's a long time to be constantly reelected to a position, and I'm honored. But you have to know what real leadership is all about. And real leadership believes a couple of things, and Satish is right in line. That 100% is possible 100% of the time. You can't operate at 50% or 75%. We all have days where we feel like we don't know if we're going to be able, but I can tell you with Satish, you're going to give it 100% of the time. And he also is the kind of leader that knows that you got to step up. You know, you can't wait for someone to call and beg you and say, will you please run for mayor? Right? Leadership comes from within. And Satish has that. He has that from within. And lastly, but certainly not least, I think that a real leader encourages community to do more, encourages community to become more, to dream more. And I think that's what you're going to find in Morrisville. There's a lot going on here, just like in Clayton, North Carolina, a lot of similarities, wonderful people moving into our community, those who have been here a while, those who just got here, and that beautiful weave, that beautiful fabric of community that creates is going to continue for Morrisville. So this is your man right here. And just take it from somebody who's been at it for 22 years. You're the man, Satish. My pleasure.
For you? Allison.
Dereliction of duty yet again. I would like to welcome Mayor Margaret Broadwell to the stage. She was mayor of Morrisville previous to this administration.
Thank you very much, Allison. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here in front of you tonight. I didn't know ahead of time I was going to say anything, but I certainly have the gift of gab, so I'll talk to you. But what was it, 90 seconds? Thank you, Satish, for inviting me. It was a lovely invitation. I was very honored to accept. When I first moved to Morrisville, growing up most of my life in Cary, Morrisville was less than 300 people. 300 people. I lived here until about 2 years ago, and it broke my heart to leave. But I had to make a financial decision, my husband and I. And the land prices, as you know, had gone sky high. My husband, as a young man, bought the land we had been living on for $2,500 an acre. And we had 4 acres. We didn't have it on the market when we made our decision, but about 2 weeks. And it was sold for a tremendous amount of money, which gave us enough money to move, but I still left with a broken heart. But I come back at least once a week, if not more, to Morrisville. So I try to keep up with what's going on. And I met Satish the first time he tried successfully and won a seat on the Morrisville Town Council. We had a lot of talking during the campaign and questions asked and questions answered and knocking on doors and various things that one does when you want to serve the public. I find as I'm getting older now and I see how our nation is going and how the communities are struggling in many ways across the nation, how important it is to have real, genuine people with an attitude of true public service as their motive for running. Sometimes we're not so fortunate and we don't have the candidates that feel that way that we can choose from. But in Morrisville, we have been blessed for years now with the caliber of individual, the person, the genuineness, and someone who not only wants to relate to each individual that crosses his path, but to help problem solve with any problems they may be having, or any difficulties, or any visions that they have. I believe Satish will share in the ideas you bring to him, and everything starts with an idea. And a lot of the ideas are good ones. They just need some planning and some activation and volunteers perhaps behind the idea to make it blossom and move forward. I think when we are gathered here today, all hopeful, and all ready to do our part to help elect him as mayor, you will find when that day comes that we'll be so jubilant we won't know, we'll be dizzy for a while. I've been wanting to have a different change at the helm for some years now. I think it's almost 8. But I will be, like you, I will be terrifically impressed and thankful if we and when we are able to have Satish as the head of Morrisville. He will be a tremendous asset to our whole community and beyond. And I urge you to give what your heart says you can and help get this gentleman up there in a different capacity with the leadership of the top seat. I commend you. Thank you, Satish, for all you've done so far.
Hello, all. I would like to welcome Ms. Vicki Scroggins Johnson, Morrisville Town Council member, current colleague of Satish.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Vicki Scroggins Johnson, and I have been serving on the town council since 2013. So 10 years with Satish Garamella. And let me tell you, it has been truly an honor to serve with him. He's humble, he's kind, and he's thoughtful. But when he was campaigning in 2015, I already knew what he was all about because he has represented the Breckenridge neighborhood on their HOA since pretty much since you moved here. And he came to the town council and advocated for Northwest Park. And he cared so much about the neighborhood and the town. And now he advocates for parks everywhere in the town, including that cricket field that he likes so much. But I really believe that we need the leadership that Satish offers. He's a servant leader, he listens, and he connects people. Very good connector. I trust him. And serving, you have to have trust. It's very rare to have someone who is really very transparent and honest. So I hope you'll join me in supporting Satish for mayor. And I guess I have to also say I'm the District 4 representative for the town of Morrisville, and my seat is up for re-election this cycle as well. Just a little plug. Thank you so much.
I think we all need to support, Vicki. She's awesome. She's very pragmatic. She uses the lens of project management and very methodical. And sometimes I learn a lot from her, with gang charts and other things. Excellent. And that's what we need from a town point. We have different strengths, but Vicki is just awesome. Thank you, Vicki.
Thank you.
We have Miss Liz Johnson coming to the stage. Hi, Liz. She is a current Morrisville Town Council member, and she has served very well for a very long time. We're very grateful for her service.
Thank you, Allison. So, thank you all, and thank you for this opportunity to Satish to talk about you just a little bit. Those of you that live here in the area know that Morrisville is in the center of the triangle. And so, yes, and we're very proud of that. Because it's in the center of the triangle, we have a fabulous location that gives us great benefits. It also gives us great challenges or opportunities. And those of us that are in elected office know when you have a challenge in your community, you cannot solve it alone. It is absolutely necessary in this day and time, and especially in this region, that those challenges, that you have partners to help you solve them. And so I want to echo what you've heard tonight. Satish has those relationships. He has forged not just surface level relationships, but really deep relationships. And in times that matter, he can call on those folks to help. And that is critically important to us here in the town of Morrisville. Because as many of you know, everybody drives through Morrisville to get where they want to go in the triangle. And so we need our partners to help us with our issues. He has those relationships, he's built them, and they are real, and they are helping our community today. And so I want you to know that this man is a fabulous leader. He is a tremendously successful public servant who leads with compassion and empathy. And that is really important. The work that we do at the local level is to improve the lives of our citizens. And you have to be a public servant, number one. You have to lead with compassion, and you have to have empathy. And Satish embodies all of that. I would not be standing up here today speaking to you if I didn't completely endorse this man. Sorry, I'm here, I hear some noises going on. If I was not completely behind and supportive of this man, and I will tell you, he is the right person at the right time in the history of Morrisville to lead our town. And I deeply encourage you all, if you have not done so yet, and Sig did a great job, to support Satish financially, but support him between now and Election Day in November, and to share what you and I all know about Satish and how fabulous a leader he is and how we need him here in the town of Morrisville. I've served here for 25 years. I've served with 5 mayors. I too know that I've never served as a mayor, but I too know what it takes to be a mayor. And I know Satish has the ability to do that. He's the right man at the right time. And I am honored right now to introduce the man of the hour and to tell you all, please give a huge round of applause for the next mayor of Morrisville, Satish Garamella.
Liz is one person that it's very hard to convince her, because she has strict standards. And whenever, we talk about it, she says, wait a minute, let me think about it, But I think I have learned a lot from her too over the period of time. And I think we strike a good balance. Thank you, Liz, for all that you do. All right. Just wait for a moment. Sharma auntie has to leave because Sharma uncle had a procedure this morning and he wanted to come if he was okay. And we just celebrated his 99th birthday and getting into his 100th. All right. First, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for each one of you being here. It means a lot. There are better things for you to do on a Friday night, and coming here for this occasion means a lot. And looking at this crowd, I feel so blessed and the hope that we can really move Morrisville forward together. And I mean that because a single person cannot do anything. It takes a whole team effort, and you have to basically be on the bandwagon to do what is good and right for the town. Personal agendas aside, and when people ask, what is your agenda? I just say, I don't have one, because I look at the merit of it, and then, I don't use my manifestation to basically run the town. So I wanted to thank all the elected officials, and we still have more elected officials, so I want to take a minute to acknowledge them. We have Yalu from the House. We have Senator Bill Adcock here. And we have Lori Bush from Cary. We have Bay County Register of Deeds, Tammy Bruner there. So the thing that Sig was talking about, Tammy has been a lifeline for so many things, getting those death certificates, even on a weekend or even after 5, and working hard because, and Sig is correct, when the family has their loved ones, they have to send it back. It takes a lot of process, and getting clearance from the medical and getting the death certificate. But Tammy, every time, has never basically put us down. Thank you, Tammy, for all you do. And then I have my friend, Superior Court Judge Keith Gregory. And then our good friend, Wake County District Court Judge Blair Williams. Did I miss anyone? Yes. Okay, I just wanted to ensure like I'm not missing anyone. Because that's a bad thing in our holiday. All right, then I want to also acknowledge my campaign team here. I have Allison, doing an excellent job, and she is having her blood pressure medication every hour. And she had to get her husband, Martin, just so that, she can be taken safely home. And we don't have it here, but my other team members are Morgan. Morgan is doing my finance. She ran a very tight race of Terrence. And then I have Ali Dornswith doing my digital. She was a former NCDP communication director. And then we have around 6 to 7 interns from UNC who are interested in politics, a couple of high school kids who are outside, manning everything. I think it is for them a joy, and for me, it's a wow, I could not do at their age what they were doing. So I want to thank all of them. And I want to first thank each one of you. Each one in this room is a close friend. I have sometimes, touched a lot of people, but when a call comes to me, I don't see at all anything. I say, can I do it or can I not do it? If I can't, I'll just say, don't try your luck for me. I cannot move on because I don't want to waste their time. I got a very funny calls. I got a call from Town of Cary apartment complex. The water was not coming because it was frozen. So I had to call Laurie Bush and say, hey, Laurie, can you fix this? I said, why are you getting this kind of request? So just telling, the kind of work that we do, and genuinely like the feedback, and my friends don't lash back in giving any good feedback, is because of their feedback, and they set me straight. And I'm very, very thankful to all the friends in this room. Second, I owe a deep thanks to my family. My parents, Dr. Rohini Devi and Dr. Rama Rao, and my son, okay. And more important, my dog Snowy, who is more famous than I am in this neighborhood. It's all about the dog. And I came to know a lot of people who used to never even say hello, but because of my dog, I got many people. It will certainly get me 200 votes, I can say that. So, and coming back, my family is everything. Without their help and their sacrifices, I would not be who I am. I give my dad a tough time because at time when I'm at work, he has to take Snowy, and that's a 100-pounder, white polar bear, we call. And right before they came back from India, I had to give it to a behavior school so that, it can walk slowly with my dad, and it is doing good. So before I talk about my vision of Morrisville tomorrow, I just wanted to share a little journey about myself. I had to make this notes, otherwise, I'll miss I get emotional and I'll miss the points. Okay, when I first came to US, I came with 2 suitcases, as usually, which is allowed by customs and immigrations. The first suitcase is full of spices that my mom made. And the second one was full of clothes that smelled like spices that the first bag was. So the journey wasn't easy for me. I drove from Kansas City to here, 1,000-mile on my beaten up hatchback Honda Civic. It was 1,000 miles, and I still have the receipt. I paid $41.66 to drive 1,000 miles. That was at the time when gas was $1.10 or $1.50. So we know how much money we take to just fill a tank now. So, and when I arrived with little, I started from scratch. I lived in an apartment and started making my way through it. And when I see people get antsy about apartments, for me, it is the first place when I started my work, and it gave me the place. I'm not entitled to buy $1 million home, but at least that was my first. And since then, I've been blessed. And I'm blessed to build a family, a career, and a home, and a sense of community, what I call Morrisville. This town has given so much to me that I feel that it is my turn to give it back to them. Public service, as people say, is not easy, but for me, I learn from what I do to others. I don't know about death certificates. I learned from Tammy. I don't know how the lights work. I learned from Sig. And Jay and I talk almost every day, and he's pretty much like, you should not do like that, you should do this way. That's the kind of advice who is pretty much I need, because in politics, one wrong step is sufficient to take a person down. And I'm blessed of all of you, because I talk to a lot of people only to ensure that I'm not doing wrong to someone or injustice to someone. So, and also, I truly believe in karma, because everything happens for a reason. If not for that stupid HOA notice that I got for my vegetable garden, I would have never joined the HOA. And that is community engagement. And if it were not for the Northwest part and advocating for the kids and the safe area, I would have never even walked into the council chambers, and that I feel is the quality of life, which is important for kids. Breckenridge, the kids were just playing in the streets, and my property manager was giving notices to kids, parents, that your kids are not safely on this. I said, okay. Then we all rallied together, and that's history. And Northwest Park is one of the best parks that we have. It is totally sustainable and excellent. People use it day in, day out. And I'm thankful for that, because it is the quality of life what is important. So I'll say being in the council is not about, I have a different perspective. I still remember, if I had not survived my life-threatening flesh-eating bacteria, I had 14 surgeries, 40 days in the hospital. Thanks to the WakeMed and the hospital and the doctors, some of them are here, I would have not survived. And it has taught me the value of life and the value of service. And that was one of my main reasons I wanted to give back. And when I had the opportunity to join the WakeMed board, it's not because I wanted it. It is where it gave me a second life. So that is how I take it. So it is so for me, I have been resilient. Just like Morrisville is a resilient community. Being on the town council is just not about attending meetings or getting a shirt with our names on it, or probably custom tags on our car.
They didn't catch the joke. You gotta put the mic closer to your face.
Okay, all right, sorry. Okay. So, being in a town council is not just about attending meetings, because that was I was fooled for, or getting a shirt with my name on it, or getting a specialized license tag. Representing you on the guiding principles for me: community engagement, premium quality of life, the resilience to deliver smart progress, and a strong community and responsible leadership, which is needed. Engaging through my community activities that are at WACMED and the Wake County Calendar Committee, I learned how to serve people. And it was those connections I was able to work with the Indian Embassy, work with the offices of Ross and Fuji, work with Jay's office, and several, he's my liaison to anything over and beyond this, and sitting and talking to Gail about, to fix you. Okay, honey, what do you have? And she starts off, and it is them that makes the difference, and in a whole ecosystem. It is because bringing the residents and the businesses together to create a thriving Morrisville. Also, I ensure every time I was in any committees, I'm not just taking committee just like that. So I and Laurie were on the North Carolina Natural Science Museum. We were instrumental, the dueling dinosaurs at that time, and we take a lot of pride in it. And
Pride and credit.
credit, absolutely. Yeah, no one can take that from us. So, and also like Triangle Trail initiatives, it has taught me the importance of the planet, the green space, and the bikeways and the greenways. And that is where I use those principles to create that quality of life that Morrisville is needed. So it is important for me that everywhere where I take a committee, it has to be something related that I can use it and apply it to my town. Morrisville has come a long way. We were grown like Gail Adcock was there, it was 300 people. It was a quiet suburb with only one traffic light. We are now 33,000 people, and we have a vibrant community. Breckenridge being one of the biggest community and still the biggest community, and where more homes and business, and we have the best cricket facility that we have, and which hosts international events. According to the latest data, the per capita income of Morrisville is $135,000. So that looks at basically how far Morrisville has come. And I want everyone in Morrisville residents should basically give them a big round of applause. It is not easy. This is a true testament to our progress, but it also brings challenges along with it. As someone said, we are located centrally, and so we get all the problems along with it too. So how do we handle it, Well, before we want to ensure that we want to build a community where we can thrive, our kids can thrive, they can return and have a house of their own. This does not happen if we do not create a kind of a framework for them and to call a house and a home which is more welcoming. We are bound by our 9 square miles. It's not easy. Every day, every rezoning is pretty much as an act of God for us. But we have to take important decisions, and we cannot take rash decisions. And I'm so happy that combination of a few people who pushed some of the rezonings, we were able to get a little over 100 affordable housing units in Morrisville without the town using a single piece of money at work. Yesterday we had a work session. We had to put a lot of money to just get those 100. And I was just tapping Liz yesterday saying, hey, I think we did that, those are the kind of things I really like and the team that I have with. So what do we need to do? 10 years in the council and 5 years, as Jody was talking about, on the North Carolina League of Municipalities. I know what not to do. because I have learned from different towns, I've learned from big cities and small cities. It has given me an exposure that usually you don't get otherwise. And we have taught me to focus what is smart and responsible growth. Otherwise, we will have issues. We don't need to raise taxes every time if we need something to be done. We need to think, and I put a lot of pressure on our staff, look inside and see how effectively we can work on. And I can give several examples of how we updated our software to increase our efficiency and the response times and the collaboration of our, we call it a CAM, Cary, Apex, and Morrisville. When you call the 911 and the fire trucks come in, it's a combination of 3 jurisdictions that they do. Otherwise, if a structure fire, you need 5 fire trucks coming at the same time. And other places are there, so there will be issues. So that is the collaboration that we have really, really worked on. And I want to ensure we don't need to burden other people because we can be effective inside, we can think out of the box and make solutions that can thrive and be successful in. For me, it is think inside, think what is good, and think what is best. That is the most important thing for me. And that is how my guiding principles are before we do anything. And I am very, very fortunate that Vicky and Liz, we talk a lot, but that between 3 of us is what we come out with the best. So, I am that leader. I again say, I am the leader who always listens, understands, and tirelessly work for the people. It is not easy. Sometimes people question if I have a day job. And my people at work saying, how many hours are you working every day? And so I'm going to say it is taxing. So, but I can say, I want to work tirelessly to move Morrisville forward together. And I need your support, and I'm here to answer any of your questions. But to me, your presence is a lot. Thank you so much, and let's make it happen.